Hey everyone, hope you're well. Thank you for joining us for another Affinity podcast. Today I have with me Menakshi, who's been with me for about an year and more, just over an year. Um, she's reached her goals. And yeah, so if Menakshi, you can introduce yourself a bit.
Yeah, so I'm Menakshi. I'm married, no kids. Currently live with my in-laws. I work in banking, so mainly a desk job. Yeah, that's about it about me.
Okay, you so obviously as I said, you've been doing it for about 1 year and stuff. What made you obviously take that leap of why did you want to change? Where were you in your life that, you decided, okay, before joining Affinity, I need to make this change in my lifestyle.
So I kind of battled with my weight re for a lot of years. I think even in my teens through high school, I don't remember the last time I was actually skinny. I've tried kind of every diet that's going, intermittent fasting, Herbalife, that helped a bit, but then you can't really continue that for the rest of your life type of thing. You can't really be on Herbalife like for the rest of your life type of thing. And then also like going from like gym to gym, like different gyms. I thought the gym was the issue, but really that wasn't the issue. I think it was just me going to the gym for the sake of going to the gym, saying that it's done, it's ticked off, even though it's like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and just doing cardio, kind of avoiding the weight area, just because I just felt shy going into that area, probably usual with a lot of clients and stuff. And yeah, like I think food, like I would be healthy, but I didn't know much about the protein side of things, which obviously is a really big help with like weight loss as well. And just hiding behind jumpers and cardigans all the time. I think the main thing that triggered me was looking back at holiday pictures, and
Yeah.
you see how un like it might look like I'm happy in the picture, but I know deep down I wasn't actually happy with like how I looked and like my confidence and things. And then I think I must have been scrolling on Instagram and I saw one of Nick's posts about a Gujarati meal plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I messaged him about that, and then I said, I think he reached out and he was like, like, would you be interested in joining? I was like, oh, I'm not sure right now. I'll think about it. And I think a few months later, I think um, I I messaged him back and said, oh, look, like I'm interested. I really need to like do something
Yeah.
about it now.
Obviously, it's
Yeah.
quite, you mentioned if you got in touch with Nick, there's a little bit of talk, and then you kind of a few months later, what was that key moment where you're like, okay, you know what? Now this is it. Like, you literally like, I have to do this now. Like, for me, it was like, a doctor's appointment saying you need to sort your life
Mm.
out, otherwise things are gonna go south for you. Um, Everyone's got that moment where it's like, you know what, enough is enough. I need to like now fully do something. What was that for you? Like, was it like, something that happened, someone said something, or you just felt crappy, basically?
So you always get those comments in there through random people or like just like the side comments. But it wasn't really anything like that. It was one mainly the pictures, looking back at them, and then you think you look good, but you don't when you look back at them. And then also just like, I don't have any kids right now, but I've always like thought that I want to be fit and healthy before I want to have kids, because I know
Yeah.
it'll be difficult after that. It'll be a lot harder. And while I have the opportunity to do it now, I'd rather start and get it done. I'm not getting any younger. I'm 36. So, like eventually we want to start having kids and stuff. So I just thought this is the right time to get started, really.
Nice. Because I know you're quite obviously even when you join and stuff, you're quite well, you wasn't someone I would say who wasn't active, as you said, right? Because I guess you've got that from the point that you've been doing different things before, so you kind of had the gist of things of what to do, how to do it. But it was just basically like, that extra support of how to do it properly. Um, and based on that, right, if you were to kind of give me an example of before you joined, what a typical day in your life would look like just run by in terms of food, activeness, just general day to day.
So I was going to a PT 2 days a week. I used to go to the gym, but then I stopped going to the gym because I was just like, this is wasting money and I'm just not going. I'd go to the odd class, and when that class wasn't on, it would just be pointless going to the gym. So just cancelled the gym membership. So I was doing PT twice a week. Um, he did give a meal plan, but it was just one of those generic ones, which I didn't think was really helpful. And I wouldn't I would be active in terms of walking, but I wouldn't actively go out for a walk, if you get what I mean. Like you'll be walking to a station or walking to a somewhere. Um, and like food wise, like I did see a nutritionist before, maybe a couple of months before I joined you guys. Um, but that was only for like 2 or 3 months,
Yeah,
which did help me a lot. So I did learn a lot about food, like checking labels and stuff. So before I did join you guys, I did have a lot of kind of bits of my mindset kind of already in motion. Um, but I'd still sometimes go for lunch, like when I'd be in the office, get lunch from outside, not really like pay attention to what I'm eating for the rest of the day. It would just be that meal that I'm like, oh, this looks healthy. But then accumulating throughout the day, you don't realize
yeah,
how much um, difference that makes. And it was just that type of thing. And then joining Affinity, like what helped a lot was like the accountability. And I think that's what I needed the most. Like someone being there, just always checking up on me. Like I know that I need to focus and like make sure that like I log what I'm having. I like take pictures so you guys are aware and are able to help me with like what I can increase, decrease, and what I can change. So
yeah. Which is really good. It's just I just said accountability was your biggest uh thing that was holding you back, right? You said you'd
yeah,
obviously even when you joined, you told me you're doing Zumba, you're doing all the active things, and it just wasn't working. And we get that from a lot of people where it's like, yeah, I've done it before. You know, the whole yo-yo dieting, Herbalife to something else to a slim, and you get everything. Obviously, you can't do those every single day. You get ready meals nowadays, shema and all those things. Yes, they're good if you're in a pickle and you know what, you quickly need to do something. You want to go to a meal, yes, you can input into that. But I just said you wouldn't eat that rest of your life. Like, you're not
mm,
gonna eat that for the next 3, 4 years while you're losing weight. It adds up to
yeah,
cost and just generally, like, you're a normal Gujarati human being where it's like you eat at your mom's house, you come down to London, you go to your mom's and dad's in-laws and wherever, you're eating, you know, normal Gujarati food. And as you said, like your first interaction with us was the whole you saw that, oh look, Gujarati meal guy, like, how do you kind of
yeah,
incorporate that?
yeah.
So you still kept with that, you still mixed it up with your food, which is good. Um, Having said all that now, right? If you were to now compare what you were doing before, where you are now, so if you kind of run me down where how much you've lost, how you feel in your body, how do you feel in your dress now compared to what your moods were before? Are you confident in taking pictures now? Like just generally, like how has it been after joining the program?
So I've lost around 10 kg. So I started initially last June, so it's a bit over now, over a year now.
Yeah,
Um, it's been slow, but I'm glad how much I've lost. Like I just initially thought maybe it's just another thing that I'll try and then, but I've actually lost more than I've lost doing anything else. It's still work in progress, obviously. Like you got to maintain, and I do want to
yeah,
try and lose a bit more. But I have the right mindset to do that. And like in a way, it's better that it's slow, like because I've never wanted like saggy skin. And sometimes you see when people lose a lot of weight, like they have that saggy skin. Like I just didn't want that. So in a way, I'm glad that it's been slow. And I did keep like, you probably remember, like I kept like messaging you saying, oh, like a like I can't see that much progress, and all the time, like, oh, like I don't feel like I'm losing a lot. Like, why are other people losing more than me and stuff like that? And you did explain that everybody's body is different, and um, some people lose a lot more straight away than other people. And I think then after, I just got over that
Yeah,
issue of seeing that all the time. And I think it's been at the beginning it was really hard. Like I'm not gonna lie, it was hard getting used to like taking all the pictures, every 2 weeks doing the measurements and then taking pictures or progress pictures and stuff, and logging the meals. But at after it, you just get used to it. It's like one of those things. It's just like part of your routine. Like every 2 weeks you got to take the pictures. Every Sunday, like I'd log my food for the week, and that would help throughout the week because I don't have to think about it during the week. I know what I'm going to eat. I know I have the ingredients. That's one less thing that I need to think about on a daily basis. Um, I think like taking the pictures has helped a lot because like with my shape, like you couldn't really tell that I had lost a lot unless it was on my face or um, like now and again in my clothes and stuff. But when I saw like the pictures, like the last couple of months pictures, like you could see like there was a really drastic like change. Um, and yeah, like it's helped with my confidence, like just like when I'm like I never used to wear dresses, like hardly used to wear dresses without tights. Now that the sun's out, and the weather's a bit better, I like feel a lot more confident in like wearing dresses or like sleeveless tops and stuff like that. Whereas before, I'd always have a cardigan on and like you couldn't really see my shape or anything. I'd just look like frumpy and stuff.
mm.
So I think a lot has changed in a positive way.
And
Yeah.
it's good, as you said, right? Before, um, when you first joined, you're asking all the questions where like, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. Why is it not happening? And we get that a lot. People join and think we'll have a magic pill. You go do this thing, and in 2 weeks you're gonna drop like X amount of weight, which is yes, fine. You're in a calorie deficit, you'll drop weight scientifically. But as you said, it's difficult if you find it difficult because you got to do a lot of things, right? And we teach you at the start how
Mm,
to do all those little things. If I told you to do all the things now, it's like click of a finger and you do all of it. It's not even like thought process to it. And the fact that we got you to do it early, even though you finished the program, we're gonna continue all that now because
mm,
it's just habit now. Um,
yeah.
and it's, as you said, planning, right? We taught you how to plan. If you didn't plan your meals, you wouldn't then know what you're eating. Then, as in, you would then even like 2 days office, like if you only go office, you're taking either meals with yourself, or if you're gonna have a meal out at lunch, you plan it that okay, fine, I'm gonna have a meal out, maybe a lunch, dinner, I'm gonna not control it. And I remember with you when I first started, they used to be like Thursday date nights. Like there was always like
Yeah.
as you said, right, your husband and your in-laws are in the restaurant industry and stuff, their own restaurants and stuff. So I get where you're coming from, that you're eating out, and but that's all gone now. Like, things that are holding you back, the small things that you thought wasn't
Mm,
a big deal. It's one meal a week, but do that every single week now. Sometimes that's a date night, and then at the same time in the date night, you'll have a friend wants to meet you a day after, or a family member wants to meet, and next thing you know, you're eating like three times a week
mm,
out. Again, you spend money, and then as you said, right, you're doing the yo-yo dieting where you're being good, and then you've just undone all of it now. Where
mm,
then after you join, I feel like you're still again, you still I still think you're quite social, but you're now planning more around it. So okay, if I'm doing this, then I gotta do X amount of Zumba or more gym, or go to the
yeah.
PT and crush the workout, so then I can balance it out. And as you said as well, like right from this day one, you've been in terms of body shape. someone who's just been bigger, like you said your sister's the same way, your mom's the same way, just generally bigger boned, right? And without taking a picture, you would have never known what it is. Now, if you look at your first ever
Yeah.
picture to the last one we took, you can literally see the difference of like how much it is. So it's really, really good that it's about slow progress. As long as there's some sort of progress. So
Yeah.
you're actually making so the aim is here, you've lost the 10 kgs, carry on repeating exactly what you learned again for the next year, another 10 kgs, and you keep doing it, right? Um, I just said some people do it faster, some people do it slow. It's just the way it is. Um,
Yeah.
and
I think
obviously
what's
if
also helped is like, like before I used to have like milk in my coffee and tea or whatever in the morning. And then after I slowly started having black coffee, so then it was like black coffee, no sugar. And that would kind of suppress my appetite. And I'd try and push my like lunch a little bit later. So like, you can survive without eating lunch at 12 o'clock every day
yeah,
type of thing. And I'd have the protein shake in the morning. That's like majority of like my protein, like 35 grams done in the morning. And like then it would just be like taking packed lunch, bringing packed lunch in to the office, instead of going out to buy food. Like I didn't really feel like ordering, even if I work from home on the weekends, I wouldn't really feel like ordering things off Deliveroo or those delivery apps. I just thought like by the time I actually figure out or look at all the stuff about what I can order and what I want to order, I might as well have made something at home. Like it's just quicker that way. And I actually haven't ordered anything for the whole year, or even now, up until now, I've not used any of those apps to order anything. Whereas before it would be like, oh, let me just order something, a Subway or something
because it's
like
easy,
that.
right? Because it's quick, easy, it's there.
Yeah, it's just quick and easy. But now it's like, I go PT sessions Monday morning. I like to get it done like in the morning, so I don't need to worry about it in the evening because I know I'll be tired and stuff. So Monday, Tuesday is PT, Zumba, Monday, Tuesday after work. Office days, try to go in like 2 or 3 days. I'll like leave, I'll get off at one stop before my actual stop, either take a shortcut to work or take the long way, depending
Yeah.
on obviously the weather or how long I have. Lunch, I go for 30 minutes walk and then 30 minutes to eat instead of just sitting and eating for the whole hour. So it's just those little things that like have also made a difference. And if I know I'm going out somewhere, I like to do my walks in the morning. So I just get up, get my walk done, and then I know that majority of my steps are done in the morning. So I don't have to try and like cram them in there like
Yeah,
at the end of
it's
the
just you
day or in
become
the
you
evening
become
type
more pro
thing.
you become more proactive, right? And literally, you've literally
Yeah.
answered you literally just answered my whole next question of what a normal day looks like for you now. You've just literally like wake up, get your things done, get the business done, gym, activeness, everything all done. Because what I find a lot of people do is not get the steps done or not get the gym done early in the morning, and then come afternoon
Then
and
something
I'm
comes
have you
up.
done? And it comes to oh shit, I'm stressing now. Yeah, they're running around. Okay, I'm still on like 1,000. I need to get more. I haven't done my gym now.
Yeah.
Now I've got a kid. It's just get it done early what you can. Then at least then you don't have to stress about it, which is really good, right? And you've done that pretty well. And yes, in the evening, then you can do the extra Zumba or you wanted to do an extra class somewhere. You've got that time, right?
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
which is really good. Um, I'm gonna ask you this because you're with a PT, right? So
Yeah.
what made you go from being with a PT to someone online? Because obviously, the people ask us, all the people ask us, or they debate, or they're stuck in the middle. Should I join an online guy? I don't really meet him, don't see him. What's gonna happen?
Mm.
Whereas in a PT, you can see him. So, what would you say your intake is on currently with a PT, and you're with us? Yeah. So, what was good with that, and why did you lean towards joining an online fitness coach?
So with the PT, I think it was more like I needed him there for teaching me the exercises, the weight training, because I just avoided that at the gym, right? So he's kind of taught me all that side of things. Like, weight training is really important to get a good body composition. And because it's one-to-one, he pushes me, and that is just why I pay. It's not at a gym, it's at like his house type of thing
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the back. He's got a studio thing. So it's not like I'm on top of that paying for a gym membership that I also have to keep going to. Um, and then with you guys, the reason I like need like when I was looking at Nick's like Instagram and stuff, like it was more about the accountability, teaching you like usual things that people don't teach you, like, you know, planning your food in advance, like weighing weighing everything that you're eating, the calorie deficit, all that stuff. Like that, like now you think about it, it's just like basic stuff. But if you know, there's obviously plenty of people out there selling what they're trying to sell, right? But I think it was more the Gujarati. You guys understood the Gujarati meal plan. Imagine I, you know,
yeah,
went to another, I don't know, PT or another coach or whatever and said that, oh, this is what I'm eating. They'll be like, what is that? Like, it's just a little bit longer process to explain what khichdi or, you know,
yeah, yeah,
kadhi or something is type of thing. Whereas, like, explained to you guys, it was easier. And I think that's like, I did look at other coaches, but I think that's what stood out for you guys. And also, like, with me, I feel like evidence kind of should entice you to go towards that more. So like you guys, like the posts you guys had, there was evidence, and then also like part of Affinity, you meet the other individuals and you could see their progress as well. So it's
yeah.
not like everything was just pictures and stuff and it was all fake. No, like we actually saw people's progress and stuff. So I think also that kind of leaned me towards joining Affinity as well. And like, you know, I still did some of sometimes the exercises you guys provided on the app, but I think more for me was like teaching me about the food, the mindset, the accountability, and everything.
Yeah, 100% right. And that's what it's about, making sure that you're on top of things and yeah, just meet the people you're working with. Lastly, if you could share three tips with me with someone who's like, struggling, if they want to join, they're on the borderline, what three tips would you share?
So the first thing would be consistency is key. Just you don't see progress straight away. It will come. Just keep going.